Boswell Media Sports.
Well, good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to another edition of Kosciusko Whippets Baseball from Boswell Media Sports. Breck Riley coming to you from Winston County, not too far away, just up Highway 14 a little bit, where the Whippets are taking on the rival Louisville Wildcats. And the Wildcats are tied with the Whippets for first place in the Region 4-4A district. So we got a game with the district title on the line. But first up here on the Premier Medical pregame show, if you listen in or watch on the video stream, you will see Kosciusko's new superintendent is going to be throwing out the first pitch. If you're familiar with that, Dr. Turner, he is the high school principal here at Louisville, and he just threw out the first pitch to his son, Mitchell Turner. So they did a fun little ceremony for him, as they're saying he's always going to be a Wildcat. But, yeah, fun little ceremony here where Dr. Turner is enjoying wrapping things up at Louisville and getting ready to take over at Kosciusko School District. So, yeah, really cool here. I got the chance to talk to Dr. Turner a little bit before he came in here and was in the booth with me for a little bit. So, hopefully, if he's there on Friday, we might try to get him to come up and be a guest on the broadcast. But taking a look at the starting lineups for the Kosciusko Whippets, and those starting lineups are brought to you by Holmes Community College. Leading off and playing left field will be Brooks Kewing. Batting second and playing center field will be Bradley Goss. Aiden Howard, he bats third. He'll play first base. Carson Filio, he'll bat fourth, play third base. Jackson Schuler is batting fifth. He'll be your catcher. Brendan Truss bats sixth. He's your shortstop. Christian Thrash will bat seventh. He is your designated hitter this evening. J.T. Herron, he'll bat in the eighth spot. He'll play out in right field. And it's Braden Rigby who will bat ninth and play second base. And then on the mound, but not in the batting order, will be J.D. Cummins. So it goes Kewin, Goss, Howard, Filial, Schuler, Truss, Thrash, Herron, Rigby, and Cummins. And the Whippets coached by Cole McBride and Wesley Dew. For the home team, the Louisville Wildcats, they come in with a record of 10-12 on the season, as we mentioned, also undefeated in Region 4-4A play. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Trey Tippett. Batting second and playing center field will be Caleb White. Batting third and being on the mound, Josh Emmons will be on the mound. Mitchell Turner will bat fourth and play first base. Tyler Glenn will bat fifth. He'll be at second base. Bryce Strickland, he bats sixth. He'll handle designated hitting duties. Kirby McCullough will bat seventh. He'll play catcher. Jaden Hughes bats eighth. He'll be your third baseman. And Josiah Nunn will bat ninth. He'll roam out in left field. And in the defensive lineup, but not in the batting order, right fielder Zyler Parker. Tippett, White, Ammons, Turner, Glenn, Strickland, McCullough, Hughes, Nunn, and Parker. And the Louisville Wildcats are coached by Dalton Luke. We will, I believe, step aside very quickly for a prayer and a national anthem. So when we come back, we'll continue with Whippets baseball right here from Boswell Media Sports.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns. offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson.
I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Imagine this. You arrive, and before your favorite song hits the chorus,
"Gentlemen, start your engine."
your oil change is finished. That's Express Lube, where faith, family, and blazing fast service come together. Need a filter replaced? We quickly swap air, cabin, and fuel filters with friendly efficiency. Whether you're managing a fleet, driving with family, or just appreciate speed, you're always welcome. Locally owned and committed to supporting our community. That's Express Lube. Stop by today. Let's keep you moving. Express Lube on Highway 12 in Kosciusko.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome back into the Premier Medical pregame show. Kosciusko and Louisville for the district championship. Game one of a two-game series here tonight from Winston County. Louisville will make the trip over to Kosciusko on Friday. We'll remind you that we do have multiple ways for you to follow the ball game. Obviously, always on your radio dial on 103.7 there in central Mississippi. And then on the Breezy 103 app. The Listen Live tab at breezynews.com and also on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. All those online audio and video streams are brought to you by Express Lube. Atala County Co-op brings you the field conditions and the weather report. Absolutely beautiful night for baseball here in east central Mississippi. Right around 68 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. Not too much in the way of wind, maybe a slight breeze. The field looks very, very good, very clean. Of course, coming into this time of year, you're able to get the field the way you like it. But Whippets and Wildcats ready to go to work. Almost time for that Central Electric Power Association first pitch as Brooks Kewen, the left-hander, steps in. Josh Ammons opens with a curveball. At 6:52, the Central Electric Power Association first pitch is in there for strike one. Taking a look at what Ammons has done on the season. As there's strike two taken on the inside corner. Ammons is ready to roll. Big right-hander into his delivery. Throws a little low and outside, trying to get him to chase a changeup. Ammons 4.12 ERA. He's got 44 2/3 innings pitched on the season. 2-4 in decisions as he throws another one. That's a called strike three on the inside corner. Oh, Kewen goes down looking. One strikeout for Ammons. That would be strikeout number 69 on the season. He came into the night with 68. But yeah, just a Lions share of the innings pitched, 44.2. The second place would be Jaden Hughes with 25 innings. Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, looks at one up and out for ball one. First innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Pickles Drug Store. Goss shows bunt, pulls the bat back, but the pitch falls in the zone for a strike. 1-1. Ammons throws upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Whippets center fielder. It's Aiden Howard, first baseman, taking some on swings in the on-deck circle, we should say. Goss with sort of an excuse me swing. Couldn't quite figure it out. Goes around. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Emmons kicks and throws. Inside, ball 3. I think, yeah, they thought that was strike 3. Jumped the gun a little bit there. Did the catcher, Kirby McCullough, jumped up through it to third base, but umpire said that one was a little bit inside. So 3-2. Full count. You get the Whippet dugout off to our right with some noise. And there's a Farm Bureau foul ball back into the screen. Louisville going with the all-white uniforms. White tops, white pants. They have Louisville written in, I used to be crimson, but I think they've kind of converted over to cardinal, I think is what I would call that. Back when I was growing up, I always thought of Louisville as more of a crimson red, as that pitch is outside, and that's a ball. And actually rolls to the backstop. And here in Louisville, there's a lot of room between home plate and the backstop. Yeah, so Whippets have a runner at first base. Yeah, Louisville with the cardinal numerals. Kosciusko going with the black tops, gray pinstripe pants. Kosciusko written in maroon and maroon numerals. Aiden Howard, Whippets first baseman. 3 left-handers in a row to start the ballgame. Not something you see often. A quick throw over to first. No tag from Mitchell Turner. But Emmons has had to switch over to the stretch here. Take a look at the numbers for Aiden Howard on the season. One of the leaders for the Whippets. Goss is headed for second. There's a throw. It goes almost into center field. But Goss is able to take second base. Pitch was out of the zone for ball 1. But Aiden Howard comes into the night batting .317. One of the team leaders in runs driven in. He's got 18. He will be second behind the batter on deck, Carson Filio. He's got 19. No score here in the top of the first inning. Whippets threatening with a runner at second base. Howard takes one upstairs. No. Never mind. They call that a strike. Excuse me. So he took a strike upstairs. 1-1. Chopper to second base. Glenn plays it off his hips. That'll be an error. Whippets will have runners at the corners. I think Glenn maybe tried to rush himself a little bit too much there. He did take a funky hop towards the end of it, but I thought that maybe Glenn tried to go a little too fast. So Carson Filio steps up to the plate. We just told you the team leader in runs driven in. Comes in batting it at .361. Throw over, and Howard has to dive back in. So Goss over at third, Howard at first. Cleanup batter, Carson Filio, the Whippets' third baseman. At the plate, ball hit high in the air in center field. Caleb White will go back. He'll camp out under it. He'll make the catch, but Goss will be able to tag up easy and come home, and the Whippets will lead it 1-0 on the sacrifice fly from Carson Filio. So Howard has to stay put at first base, 2 down in the inning. But it's Jackson Schuler. He was our Autumn Original Player of the Game last game out when the Whippets got that win over West Lauderdale. Quick move over to first base. Emmons tosses over to Turner, but Howard back under the tag. Schuler, a 300 hitter. Another throw over to first. Schuler 300. He is tied with Howard in the runs driven in category at 18. Howard's headed for second base. Big curveball comes in. Throw not going to be in time. Whippets being aggressive. Picked a good pitch to run on that slow curve. But Howard, this is Whippets' second stolen base in the inning. And it will be a runner in scoring position for Jackson Schuler. Whippets can't win the district outright tonight. That ball's in the dirt, blocked up nicely by McCullough. Since both teams are undefeated, whoever wins tonight gets a share of the district title. If Whippets were to split, then it would go to run differential, and then who knows what the other tiebreakers are. You got to get an abacus out. That one's pulled to third base, played nicely in foul territory by Coach McBride. Look at Coach McBride. He's a catcher, making that play off a one hop over there on the Farm Bureau foul ball. I'll have to talk to him about that in this week's Baptist Memorial Hospital Talent Coaches Show. Howard's headed for third base. Ball was outside, and that was a run-saving stop over there by Jaden Hughes. McCullough's throw was way off the bag. Hughes came off the bag to get it and saved it from going into left field. 2-2 count now. Runners, or a runner, just 90 feet away. Ripped into left field, but right at Josiah Nunn. He'll make the catch, and the Whippets will be retired. But in the inning, the Whippets get one run on no hits, one error, and one man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead over Louisville.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the bottom of the first inning from Louisville. Kosciusko leads it 1-0 over their rivals, the Wildcats. It'll be J.D. Cummins on the mound for the Whippets, the big left-hander. I'll tell you what he's done on the season so far. J.D. Cummins, if we can get to it, 19 2/3 innings pitched on the season, giving up 13 hits, 15 runs, just 7 earned runs. He's walked 11 but struck out 40. He's got a 2.49 earned run average, and batters are hitting just 191 against him. So he'll be tasked with taming this Louisville Wildcat order. Taking a look around the infield of catching up behind the plate will be Jackson Schuler. At first base is Aiden Howard. Second base is Braden Rigby. Brendan Truss gets the start at shortstop. It is Carson Filial at third base. Left to right in the outfield will be Brooks Kewen, Bradley Goss, and you got J.T. Herron roaming things out in right field. So, first up for the Louisville Wildcats will be Trey Tippett. Some of these names are going to be familiar to you if you followed Whippets football this season. In fact, I think the first 3 out of the first 4 are going to be very, very familiar to you. Trey Tippett, the shortstop. He's very, very talented wide receiver. I believe he returned kicks as well for this Louisville Wildcat team. I think he transferred in from New Hope. And if you know about New Hope, you know the one thing they do very well up there is baseball. And Trey Tippett is no slouch in that area himself. batting it at .452. So he's just a junior. He'll step in, the right-hander, to work against the Whippets' big lefty in J.D. Cummins. First pitch, fastball right down the middle for strike one. First innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Pickles Drug Store. Cummins into his delivery. Swinging strike two. Well, Cummins ahead in the count here. Here's the 0-2. Swinging strike three. 3 straight pitches got him out. That's the old Dickerson Petroleum strikeout for J.D. Cummins. Caleb White steps in. He's another name you might remember. He is a backup running back / quarterback for the Louisville Wildcat football team. He came in, if you remember, in the North State Championship game, Zayden Jernigan went down because of a hamstring injury. Caleb White's the one that came in and relieved him. Did a good job there. Pitch is a little upstairs to him, ball one. Caleb White on the season, about a 500 batting average. Actually leads the team in runs scored with 38. But he's a lefty here. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Cummins, 2 balls, no strikes to the lefty. Here's the 2-0. Got a little piece of that one. A little Farm Bureau foul ball came in on the hands of Caleb White. Yeah, Whippets and the Wildcats, of course, played a couple of times in football. Whippets lost the regular season matchup and then won the North State Championship. I mean, it was 17-7, I believe it was. Big-time rivalry with these Wildcats. Another foul ball. Shot over to the third base dugout. Here it's traditional. The visitor occupies first base. Louisville, the home team, over in the third base dugout. Pretty good crowd from Kosciusko made the trip over. 2-2. That one came in and I think hit him on the hand. Hit him somewhere. Either way, it's a base runner for Louisville. Wow. Yeah, I think that one came up. And Josh Ammons will come to the plate. The pitcher, he's good at on the mound. He's good at the plate. 446 batting average. 27 runs driven in. 5 doubles. How about 7 triples? That's something you see a lot. First pitch to him is a little bit high for ball one. If you're unfamiliar with the baseball facility, it's across the street from R.E. Hines Stadium. You know where the football field is here at Louisville. Not all those many battles the teams have had over the years, throw over to first base. But if you go and you take a right to go to the football field, right where the school is, the baseball field is you take a left. It's just across the street, sort of a city park. Think of a Hugh Ellard Park kind of situation. And the runner's going to take off. Rigby got him. Throw down is out. Great throw from Schuler. Tag applied by Rigby. 2 outs in the inning now. Caleb White caught stealing. Pitch was called a ball. I thought so, yeah. 2-0. A great throw there from Jackson Schuler. That one up, fastball upstairs, ball 3. But yeah, out beyond the right field fence is sort of I would call a quad field situation. You've been to many, probably been to a number of city parks where right in the middle there's like a concession stand facility. As that one's upstairs, and that was a 4-pitch walk to Ammons. Let's see. He's the pitcher. Will he stay in to run? Looks like he will. And here comes Big Mitchell Turner. I don't know how to introduce him. Whippet fans remember him. Big defensive lineman. He is the #1 player in the state of Mississippi rated for the class of 2027, and that is Dr. Turner's son. Unfortunately, he's not coming with Dr. Turner to Kosciusko. I already asked when I got here. A big left-hander takes the ball one. Cummins having some trouble locating. I don't imagine the Wildcats are going to be swinging at anything until Cummins is able to get one in the strike zone. But how about 653 for a batting average? Pretty good. Cummins with the curveball outside. Turner leads the team in hits, runs driven in, doubles, triples, and home runs. A guy that big have 7 triples. That's some athleticism. Swinging strike one there. Floated one up. Stayed a little bit up in the zone. But yeah, Mitchell Turner on the roster listed him at 6'3", 275. Yeah. Maybe in the 9th grade he was 6'3", 275. He's grown up a little bit. And came in on the hands there and swung and fouled it off. 2-2 count. Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the first inning over Louisville. And a runner at first base. Big Mitchell Turner at the plate playing first base. Turner, he can pitch if he needs to. I think I'll look at the stats. I believe he's got a couple of innings this year. They don't really use him that much. And I'll throw over to first base. He's back in time. First innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Pickles Drugstore. 2-2 pitch. That's a called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and the Whippets are out of it. For Louisville in the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. Through 1 complete, Kosciusko leads Louisville 1-0.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
We've played 1 inning from Louisville. Kosciusko leads the Wildcats 1-0. Second innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. You just heard his ad right there. As Josh Ammons walk out to the mound, he will face 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order for Kosciusko. Leading things off would be Brennan Trush, and then Christian Thrash and J.T. Herron. Whippets got a run in the first without a hit. They had reached on a walk and an error. And then a sac fly is what drove in that run. So, the Whippets shortstop, Brendan Truss, we'll get ready to lead things off here. He's played in 17 games. Coming into the night, he's batting .231. And he has got 12 runs driven in. I think if I'm Truss, I'm excited right now because they just gave him Earth, Wind, and Fire as a walk-up song. Do you remember the 21st night of September? That's kind of what it's. They had another song playing, and then when Truss walked up, maybe they just said Truss looks like maybe he likes a little Earth, Wind, and Fire. But who doesn't like Earth, Wind, and Fire? Who doesn't like September? It's not September. It's October. October the 9th. That's when Louisville comes to Kosciusko. You think they don't have that one circled on the calendar over here? I can tell you they do. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. I got to talk to Coach Shorter right before the game. Coach Tyrone Shorter from Louisville, football coach. Ball's popped up into foul territory. I think it's going to get out of play. Farm Bureau foul ball. A lot of foul territory here at the stadium. One thing you don't have at Kosciusko is the foul. Just down the lines, it just disappears. Here, no. You could have a rodeo in the foul territory around here. There's a whole lot of room. 1-1 pitch on the way. Bounces to the plate. But you got to talk to Coach Shorter. I asked him, I said, when are you gonna let Big Mitch come to Kosciusko and play his senior year over there? He said, that wasn't happening. Come on now. His dad's gonna be superintendent. We gotta let him come over and finish it out. He said, nope, not gonna happen. So I tried, y'all. I came in, hit him on the elbow. So Whippets will have a leadoff base runner in the form of Brendan Truss. It'll be Christian Thrash tonight. He's the designated hitter. Coming up, he's kind of coming back from injury. Been out a lot of the season. Came back about a week ago, I guess it was at West Lauderdale. He got in, got a pinch hit, and he played in the game Thursday against West Lauderdale. So he doesn't have as many at-bats. The ball's bunted up the right side. Ammons will get it and run an underhand toss. Get the runner at first base, and they try to throw back behind the runner over at second, and he is safe. But Thrash does his job on the 1-3 putout. And Whippets will have a runner down at second base. So J.T. Heron, one of the Whippets seniors, coming in. He's got a .222 batting average. Not as many plate appearances or at-bats because of the basketball season. Whippets had that deep run. Throw back, and Truss is back under the tag of Trey Tippett. Yeah, so Heron with just 26 plate appearances and 18 at-bats. Takes strike 1. Kosciusko 1. Louisville nothing. Top of the second inning here. A beautiful night from Winston County. Whippet tennis team was playing too. We're going to get an update on that. As Emmons looks the runner back. Whippet tennis was hosting, I believe it was Greenwood there in the first round of the postseason. So we'll find out and get you an update there. Oh, good-looking curveball there from Emmons. I thought for sure that one was going to stay inside, but maybe call it a slider with that late break that it's got right there. Heron shows bunt. Now he'll pull it back. Ball will roll to the backstop, and Truss could have walked backwards and got to third base. As much room as is between the backstop and home plate. Rolls past Kirby McCullough, a wild pitch, and now another runner just 90 feet away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to J.T. Heron. Able to find a couple of common opponents between these two squads as the corners were coming in playing bunt. Heron pulls it back and fouls it off. Choctaw County and Neshoba Central, common opponents. Obviously, they play the same district opponents, in the same district, but they're undefeated against all of those teams. Gentry, Greenwood, and Yazoo City. Louisville and Kosciusko both undefeated against those. That's why they're playing for the district championship. But elsewhere, out of conference. The ball is going to be popped up behind home plate. Think it's going to get out of play, and it will. But the only common opponents I found besides the district ones were Choctaw County and Neshoba Central. Choctaw County, Louisville lost a 4-3 affair to them early in the season. I think it was like second or third game of the year. That was 8 innings. And then they got 10-run ruled by Neshoba Central, 14-4. low outside ball 2 to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, Heron shows bunt. Some batters will do that on a 2-strike approach. Emmons steps off the bag. Oh, they're going to say balk. Oh, runner gets to come home. So Truss will come home. Not quite sure what Emmons did to qualify as a balk. I was looking down at my book here and looked up that to me it looked like he just stepped off the mound. That he gets the strikeout as that one floats in there for strikeout number 2. 2 outs in the inning now. It'll be Braden Rigby, the number 9 hitter in the lineup at the plate. Rigby, a .234 hitter. He's a junior. Upstairs, takes one for ball 1. A lot of these guys play travel ball together. Rigby and Turner both play on some of the same squads in the offseason. That one's looped into shallow left center. It's going to be down, and they're going to send Rigby to second. No, they hold him up. He made a big turn, but none out in left field got to it and got a good throw in. But would you believe that's the Whippets' first hit of the ball game? So we'll go back to the top of the order. Brooks Kewen will be at the plate. Kewen was a strikeout victim in his first at bat. Yeah, not often you have a 2-0 lead when you didn't have a hit. But errors, hit batsmen, walks, things like that. Take advantage of them. That's what good teams do. Whippets trying to secure a number 1 seed in the postseason. Emmons once again is going to step off the rubber. It's first of 3 lefties in a row. This part of the order is Kewen takes strike 1. I'll call it the outside corner. Emmons, I know, he's got an offer to Coahoma Community College. I don't know if he has any other offers, but I do know recently as there's a throw over. Close play, but Rigby's back. Yeah. Got an offer to play over in Clarksdale. Some JUCO baseball. Boy, JUCO baseball in Mississippi it's always good, but this year, I think what they have, is it the top 3 teams in the country? His runner's headed for second base. Hit and run is on, and Kewen got it down into left field. Rigby's going to roll down to third base as the ball rolls to the outfield. And Rigby will be in. Whippets lead at 3-0. And Kewen ends up at second base. So you probably give Kewen a single, and he reached second on the error as the ball got past Josiah Nunn and rolled all the way to the backstop back there in left field. So it'll be a single and an error. Whippets with a 3-0 lead, and Bradley Goss at the plate. Another lefty, and that ball rolls. I say rolls, sails over the head of the catcher, McCullough. He got a tip of his glove on it. And it went back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Bradley Goss. Goss walked and scored his first at bat. Yeah, going back to JUCO baseball, Pearl River Community College is number 1 in the country. That one's fouled off of somebody's mask, either the umpire or the catcher. I believe, yeah, Pearl River's number 1. Is it East Central's number 2? And Jones is number 3? Like in the country, I believe. That's JUCO baseball in Mississippi. That's what they do. 1-1 pitch. Swinging strike 2. Caught a little piece of that one. I don't know. down at Pearl River. It's a former Holmes Community College guy there in charge, Michael Avalon. Played at Holmes. 1-2 pitch. Sort of a half swing that Goss caught a piece of and fouled it off to the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kosciusko's put 2 across the board here in their half of the second inning. They have a 3-0 lead over the rivals from Louisville. One-two pitch on the way. Roll to third base under the glove of Jaden Hughes, and it is an RBI single for Bradley Goss. Kewen comes all the way around to score. 3 hits in a row for the Whippets. Didn't have any. Now they put up a turkey right there. 3 in a row, and it's Aiden Howard. At the plate, Howard reached on an error. His first at bat. Emmons will step off the rubber. A couple of looks over at first base. Wouldn't surprise me to see Goss take off right here. And he is. But it's popped up. Shallow right field. Going out to make the catch will be Tyler Glenn from his second base position. But the Whippets are able to get on the board. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. Whippets 4, Wildcats nothing, as we go to the bottom of the second inning.
Imagine this. You arrive, and before your favorite song hits the chorus,
Gentlemen, start your engine.
your oil change is finished. That's Express Lube, where faith, family, and blazing fast service come together. Need a filter replaced? We quickly swap air, cabin, and fuel filters with friendly efficiency. Whether you're managing a fleet, driving with family, or just appreciate speed, you're always welcome. Locally owned and committed to supporting our community. That's Express Lube. Stop by today. Let's keep you moving. Express Lube on Highway 12 in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the second inning, Kosciusko with a 4-run advantage over the Louisville Wildcats. Brett Riley with you here from Louisville. Had a nice evening. Everybody got the grill going. Folks from Kosciusko settling in off to our right. J.D. Cummins. Saw 4 batters in that first inning for Louisville. It will be 5, 6, and 7 due up Tyler Glenn, Bryce Strickland, and Kirby McCullough. Second innings for Whippets baseball presented by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. Yeah, Whippets will play this return game Friday night. Friday night's also senior night. So you get out there Friday night and support the team with the seniors. There's not too many on the squad. There's a lot of juniors. But, you got like Braxton Smith is a senior. Keegan Albritton's a senior. Aiden Howard's a senior. Christian Thrash, just trying to go it off the top of my head there. Stepping up to the plate will be the second baseman, Tyler Glenn. A 286 batting average on the season and 17 games played. First pitch right back up the middle for a hit. Whoa. That one got zoomed by Cummins' ear. Lead off single. First hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. Bryce Strickland, a designated hitter, junior. Bats at a 300. But only 9 games played. First pitch floats in there for a strike. Cummins, the lefty, working from the stretch. You got Aiden Howard holding the runner Glenn on over at first base. A little bit low. Even up the count at 1-1. If you're wondering about the district championship and region championship, what that means, if you're a 1 seed, you would play a 4 seed from another division. I believe the Whippets are matched up with the Region 3. If I know that correctly. There's a big swooping curveball. Must have been maybe a little upstairs. But yeah, I believe the Whippets would match up with Region 3. So whoever the 4 seed is out of that region's got Ripley and Rosa Fort, Clarksdale. That one's rolled to second base. Rigby's going to get it and go to second for 1. Russ on the relay is in time. Whippets complete the double play. 4-6-3, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Now batting number 7, Kirby McCullough.
It sends the catcher, Kirby McCullough, to the plate. Junior, .324 batting average. We'll talk more about that playoff scenario depending on what happens with Coach Cole McBride on this week's edition of the Baptist Memorial Hospital Italic Coaches Show. Fastballs upstairs. Ball 1. That'll air on Thursday morning during the breakfast show. He probably have a little bit better information than I do on all of that. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. But obviously, if you get past a 4 seed, and you're looking at a 2 seed or a 3 seed from the other brackets, that would be a Region 1 and Region 2. Swinging strike 2. And then McCullough never really looked like it's not what I would call the excuse me swing. He went all the way around, but it didn't look like he was really committed to it. Didn't get his arms extended. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's a little bit high. Ball 2. But in the most recent rankings that came out, Kosciusko was top 10 in 4A. I give you that. After this pitch, if we're still in the inning, we might be headed to the top of the 3rd. We will be headed to the top of the 3rd as there's a swinging strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the ballgame for J.D. Cummins in the inning for Louisville. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 2 innings in the books. Kosciusko 4, Louisville nothing.
When something happens to your car, you might say, "Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra." But what you could say is, "Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there." Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim. This is so extra. Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko 4, Louisville nothing as we get ready for the top of the 3rd inning. Due up for the Whippets will be the heart of the order. Will be 4, 5, and 6. Carson Filial to lead things off. Carson Filial, Jackson Schuler, and then Brendan Truss. Before we went to break, we were previewing, or we were going to talk to you about the latest poll and looking at the Whippets and other teams you might see in the postseason. But right now, sitting at number 1 in 4A is Moorville, the Troopers. They're jumping back up into 4A. They lost in the 3A championship last year. I did that championship series between Seminary and Moorville. But the Troopers are always tough in baseball, but they're number 1. Number 2, a team that we've seen recently, a couple of years ago, the Ripley Tigers, eliminated Kosciusko in the third round of the playoffs. They're number 2. Amory, another team that the Whippets have seen in the postseason in recent years. They're number 3. Another team Kosciusko seed, New Albany. See, it's all the usual suspects there. They're number 4. Poplarville, the Hornets, you wouldn't see them until the state championship. They're at number 6. And then Kosciusko, Poplarville's number 5. Kosciusko in at number 6. They jumped up 4 spots. That sweep of West Lauderdale really impressed the prep baseball folks. And so West Lauderdale dropped right below that to 7. Corinth, who's back down from 5A, they're 4A. They're number 8. Columbia, a team the Whippets would like to get some revenge against in football, number 9. And Houston comes in at number 10. It's prepbaseball.com. Carson Filial takes ball 1 low. Filial had a sacrifice fly as only other at-bat. That one came up, got him on the elbow. I think hopefully got him on the elbow pad that they all wear now. He looks like he's okay. Carson, you got to have PTSD from last year. You know, it was in that Newton County series where he took one up in the nose. But that's why these baseball players are tough. That was in the home game against Newton County. The next day they played at Newton County, and I was told he wanted to be in the lineup. And these guys are different breed. Jackson Schuler, first pitch swinging. Ammons catches it, tries to double up, and they do. Doubles up the runner at first base. So that is a 1-3 double play. That was a situation of where Filial got a little far off the bag, and Ammons just showed some athleticism. Wasn't sure he was going to get to it, but he got to it. And as he was running, he kind of sidearmed it over to Big Mitchell Turner at first base. So that is a 1-3 double play. And just like that, 2 outs in the inning. And it's Brendan Truss at the plate, takes ball 1. He was hit by a pitch. His last at bat ended up coming around to score. That one's sent up the middle off a hop. Trey Tippett gets it deep in the hole. Throw to first, not going to be in time. Pulled Turner off the bag. He tried to tag him as he went by, but the speed of Brendan Truss is what, not that one. It'll be an infield single for the sophomore. Good play by Trey Tippett. I thought that one was going to roll through into the outfield, but he had to make a good play and a good throw just to make it close over at first. And they said Turner just missed the tag as he was going by. So we'll send Christian Thrash to the plate. Thrash was a sack bunt his last at bat. Ammons tosses over to first. So Truss is back under the tag. Whippets 4, Louisville nothing. Truss digging for second base, and the ball rolls away from McCullough. There'll be no opportunity for a throw. Low for ball 1. Christian Thrash, the left-hander. We mentioned one of just a few seniors on the squad that'll be honored on Friday. Popped up. Shallow center field. Who's going to get it? It will be White, who calls everybody off and makes the catch for the final out of the inning for the Whippets. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kosciusko with a 4-run lead over Louisville.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out. With a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the bottom of the third inning between Kosciusko and the rivals from Louisville. And the Whippets have a 4-0 lead. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Wildcats in this half of the inning. It'll be Jaden Hughes, Josiah Nunn, and then back to the top of the order with Trey Tippett. Third innings for Whippets baseball. Brought to you by Sunstar Insurance. Jaden Hughes playing third base tonight. I would imagine we'd see him on the mound on Friday. He's kind of like their number 2 guy. He's got a .237 batting average. 21 games played for the sophomore. He'll step up to work against J.D. Cummins. Well, Whippets will love a big outing from Cummins and save plenty of arms for that Friday game. Of course, you still got starters like Phil Yaw and Braxton Smith that can go. Aiden Howard can get some innings. Fastball outside to Jaden Hughes. Did get confirmation that the Whippet tennis team got the win over Greenwood and advanced to the second round of the playoffs. Pitch just a little outside for ball 2. They play again on Thursday. Opponent not 100% sure on just yet. If we find out, we will pass it along to you and let you know. 2-0. Right down the middle for strike 1. Well, it's the Whippet Junior High baseball team getting on a run as well. They beat Eupora last night, 4-0. A swinging strike 2 from Jaden Hughes. Makes it a 2-2 count. Yeah, the junior high team 4-0 last night. They'll play against East Webster on Thursday at East Webster. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That should be 3-2. Scoreboard has it wrong. We have 3-2. Scoreboard has 2-2. I believe that I trust our judgment here. 3-2 pitch. It is going to be foul. Another nice play over there by a Whippet coach. That time it was Wesley Dew at first base making a good stab. But if the Whippets win Thursday, understand they would play in the championship game on Saturday. That's junior high. It's a junior high team. 3-2 pitch inside, ball 4. We were correct. That's the second base on balls issued by J.D. Cummins, and Josiah Nunn, the left fielder, steps in. Josiah Nunn's one of those football players as well. You probably remember his name. He's batting it just a shade under 400 as the sophomore. Got a .395 batting average. Big lead over at first base. As that fastball stayed upstairs, ball 1. I believe the Whippet softball team is off tonight. I don't think they had a game. I try to keep you up to date on what's going on elsewhere. Pitch is called a strike. Even up the count. Yeah, Lady Whippet softball does not play again until Thursday. They'll be on the road taking on Neshoba Central. And then Friday night we'll have one of those fun nights at the ballpark where both teams have a home game. Throw over to first base. Whippets will be playing Louisville, and the Lady Whippets will be hosting Lake. There's a game on the schedule Saturday against Germantown. However, I'm not 100% sure that game is going to be played. We'll have to sort that one out. I believe they said that one was not gonna happen because of what's going on with the junior high team. The junior high team might get to host that championship game, and so I believe that's the case. Once again, well, it's something that we'll ask Coach McBride in the coaches show this week. You just tune in on Thursday morning, and we'll find out. Low outside, ball 2 to Josiah Nunn. Kosciusko 4, Louisville 3 in the bottom of the third inning. So the winner of this series is the 1 seed. The loser will be the 2 seed. 3 and 4, I believe, is between Yazoo City and Greenwood. Runners headed for second base. Here's a throw down to the left side of the bag. And it's not going to be in time. Hughes swiped second base, but it was a swinging strike, too. Wildcats had the hit and run on. The first time a Wildcat has reached second base in the game. It was a 2-2 count. And that ball is poked foul off the third base, over the third base dugout. We'll do it again, the old Farm Bureau foul ball. Second game in a row, we had a little bit of an early start. It was a 6:52 Central Electric Power Association first pitch. Kicks and throws. Swinging strike 3. Dickerson Petroleum strikeout number 4 for J.D. Cummins. Dickerson Petroleum, let us fuel your success. Trey Tippett is back at the plate. Leadoff batter. He was another one of those strikeout victims. Actually, Cummins got him to strike out on 3 pitches to start the bottom of the first inning. Tippett came in batting .452. Transfer from New Hope. He'll step out of the box. Jaden Hughes down at second base. Tippett's going to show bunt. He pulls it back and takes a strike. You had Howard charging in from first base. Oh, 0-1 count to Tippett. Wildcat shortstop. That was a slow curve that Tippett waited on, but then he pulled it foul over towards the third base dugout. 0-2. You see Cummins taking some time here. And get some moisture off of his hands there. Rubbing some dirt on him. Long look at the runner at second. 0-2 pitch. Another foul ball. So not a repeat performance. Won't strike him out on 3 pitches. But still an 0-2 count. Kosciusko 4, Louisville 0. On deck is Caleb White. Center fielder. Upstairs. After all that, it's just ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Third innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sunstar Insurance. Big breaking ball. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for J.D. Cummins. That's 5 Dickerson Petroleum strikeouts. It'll be Caleb White at the plate. Caleb White was hit by a pitch his last at-bat, or his only other at-bat. So the left-hander will face the left-hander. Another big curveball that falls in the zone for a strike. Oh, 0-1. Cummins getting some signals from Schuler. Kicks and throws. Like White wanted to lay down a bunt, pulled it back last second. Ball was a fastball upstairs. So Cummins has what he wants. Looks the runner at second. Once again, White showed like he wanted to bunt. He pulled it back this time. Cummins found the strike zone. White didn't agree with it too much. You can see him shaking his head there a little bit. But Cummins a strike away from sending us to the 4th inning. And here's the pitch, just a little bit outside and low. Good scoop and stop by the catcher Schuler. Otherwise, Jaden Hughes would probably be standing at third base. Because Hughes could have run to third base and back to second base 12 times by the time the ball gets to the backstop. That ball curves and hits him in the helmet. No, that one didn't quite curve as much as J.D. Cummins wanted it to. Josh Ammons will be at the plate. Ammons walked his only other at-bat, so this is the best opportunity the Wildcats have had to put something together. Runners at first and second, trailing at 4-0. So 446 average coming into the ball game. And 56 at-bats. Whippets just need one out. Swinging strike one. And they're going to say that was not a foul ball. It looked like the way it hit, it might have been a foul ball and rolled to the backstop, but it just got away from Schuler. So everybody's going to be able to advance up a base. So now I got 2 runners in scoring position. Yeah, I heard it hit, and I thought that maybe it hit something, but it must have hit somebody's foot. Because it definitely did not send the runners back. So everybody's at second and third. 0-1 pitch. That's a good pitch on the inside corner, called strike 2. So Cummins quickly ahead in the count. Definitely don't want to load the bases with number 10 standing in the on-deck circle. 0-2 pitch, and Emmons fouls it off. Farm Bureau foul ball off to the right. Softball field is it's very similar to Kosciusko, where you have the baseball field one side and softball field kind of backs right up to it. A little bit closer in proximity here at Louisville, but that's similar. Where if you had a softball game going on, it'd be a big crowd. Another 0-2 pitch on the way. Rocketed into left field. That is over the head of Kewen. 2 runs are going to score, and Ammons helps his on calls and cuts the deficit in half with a 2-run double. Thought for a second that one had a chance to leave the yard. It hit the base of the wall. We will get a courtesy runner Kobe Jackson, a freshman, going to come in and run for Josh Ammons. Yeah, as I said, I thought that if there had been even just a slight breeze blowing, it did have a chance to get out of here. But, boy, just a good piece of hitting from Ammons. And, well, the tying run at the plate in the form of Mitchell Turner. Turner was went down looking his first at bat. Big, tall lefty. Takes strike one right down the middle. Let me tell you about Mitchell Turner. We told you, obviously, the top-rated player and the football player in the class of 2027. Some recruiting services say he's the number 3 defensive lineman in the country for the class of 2027. Curveball stayed a little outside, ball 1. I'm going to list off the offers that Mitchell Turner has for football. I don't think I'll be able to get to them by the time J.D. Cummins pitches the ball. Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas, Mississippi State, Arkansas. And the ball is hit foul. Cal Berkeley, Colorado, Florida, Florida State, LSU, Miami, Ohio State, Tennessee, Texas A&M, USC, Arkansas State, Memphis, Jacksonville State, Liberty, UL Lafayette, Tulane, Alcorn State, and Jackson State. Just throw a dart at a map, and somewhere close by is a school that has offered Mitchell Turner to play football. He's going to be a December graduate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and pitch stayed up for ball 2, 2-2. 4-2, Kosciusko leads it, but Louisville's threatening. They've done all this damage with 2 outs. Got a leadoff batter on by a walk. There were back-to-back strikeouts, and then a hit by pitch and a double. Two-two. Outside, ball 3. 3-2 pitch coming here. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if you put number 10 over at first base with first base being open. You definitely don't want him to beat you as the batter calls for time. He's awarded it. But you look at Tyler Glenn, who comes, he's on deck. He's got, before Ammons, he's got the only other hit. He led off the second inning, first pitch swinging. So it's not like you're having a drop-off between Turner. 3-2, that's high, ball 4. So 3 walks now, second in the inning, and it will be Tyler Glenn at the plate. We told you he singled in the lead off the second inning. First pitch, ball whizzed right by the ear of Cummins. He had to duck out of the way. The Whippet infield going to be playing back with 2 outs. You can get any bag in the infield to get you an out. And that one's taken inside and low for ball 1. Kosciusko 4, Louisville 2. In the home half of the third inning. He comes up and hits Glenn in the numbers. And now the bases are going to be loaded. Turner's at second. Glenn's at first. And it is Bryce Strickland. The designated hitter will be up at the plate, but we're going to get a visit to the mound by pitching coach Wesley Dew. Resetting it, Kosciusko leads it 4-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. But the Wildcats have threatened. They're able to get the bases loaded. 2 outs and the designated hitter. Last time Strickland was at the plate, he grounded into a double play. Well, it looked like the Whippets had it going. It was a leadoff walk and then back-to-back strikeouts. for J.D. Cummins. But after that, hit batter, a double, a walk, and another hit batter. So Whippets just need one out to get out of the inning. If you're looking towards the top of the fourth inning, Whippets will have 8, 9, and 1 in the order with J.T. Heron, Braden Rigby, and Brooks Kewen. We've got some warm-up tosses going on down in the bullpen to our right. I believe that Braxton Smith and Rowdy Roan, I believe. Don't have my binoculars with me, but just body language and knowing their throwing motions, I believe that to be Rowdy Roan and Braxton Smith. And I think it may be more of a Rowdy Roan is throwing and Braxton Smith is running interference because the bullpen is just foul territory. There's no actual bullpen. So Braxton Smith looks like he's just protecting. His ball's hit deep in the air to right field. J.T. Heron is going to track it down and get it. Well, Whippets get out of the inning, but the Wildcats are able to get 2 runs on just 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. Through 3 complete, Kosciusko 4, Louisville 2.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient. You're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Louisville cuts the Kosciusko lead in half. It's 4-2 as we get set for the top of the fourth inning here from Louisville. Fourth innings for Whippets baseball all season long, presented by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Josh Ammons still going to be on the mound for the Louisville Wildcats. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Whippet batting order. J.T. Heron, Braden Rigby, and Brooks Kewen. And I was indeed correct. Have confirmed that Rowdy Roan and Braxton Smith down in the bullpen, but mostly it is just Rowdy Roan. I see, as I said, Braxton Smith seems to be just down there standing between Rowdy Roan and an errant foul ball, sort of protecting him there. So I would imagine we might see Rowdy Roan take the mound to come back to start the bottom of the fourth inning. But Kosciusko trying to get a 1-game lead over Louisville. Actually, I guess it would be technically a half-game lead over Louisville. But I would at least clinch a share of the district championship with the win tonight. Can't win it outright. But it would go a long way into securing a 1 seed and home field advantage in the postseason. J.T. Heron takes ball 1 inside. Heron struck out his only other at bat in this ball game. Chased one there, trying to reach out and get it. Was that AT&T? Reach out and touch someone? Was that one back in the 80s and 90s? Showing my age there. That's what J.T. Heron tried to do. Reach out and touch that one. 1-1 pitch. That one goes behind Heron. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, excuse me. Reverse that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Willy Wonka right there. But Emmons helped his own cause with that big 2-run double. Whippets were down to maybe get out of the inning with an 0-2 pitch. And Emmons just turned on one. Missed a home run by about 6 feet. Heron takes a fastball in there for a strike. Body language tells me maybe he didn't agree with it. But he'll square around to show that bunt on that 2-strike approach. He swings at a high one and fouls it back into the screen. Farm Bureau foul ball. I think we have race to the foul ball behind home plate. What happens when you're rivals? You compete in everything. Braden Rigby was running to get the foul ball, but somebody from Louisville's dugout came and got it first. Inside-out swing goes out, fouls that one over the right field, right side over the dugout. But, in your rivals, you compete at everything. Two pitch. That's going to be a called strike 3. It's a drop, 3rd strike, so McCullough's going to have to jump up and fire it down to first. But that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Josh Emmons, and it's Braden Rigby. Rigby had a single. His first at bat, it was the first of 3 singles. That was actually the first Whippet hit of the ball game. 3 in a row. That helped the Whippets put up those 3 runs in the 2nd inning. And that was on just the 2nd pitch. That was a called strike 1, I believe. Thought it was a little outside. That one was outside, 1-1. Braden Rigby, second baseman, junior. 1-1 pitch. That one's called a strike. Back to the top of the order. After this would be Brooks Kewen. Swinging strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. 4 in the ball game now for Josh Emmons, and it will be Brooks Kewen.
Batting number 7, Brooks Kewen.
Kewen 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 2nd. He struck out in the 1st. Pitch outside, ball 1. Brooks Kewen wearing number 7 that his older brother Barrett wore when he was here. Barrett Kewen, a catcher. 1-0 pitch. Low inside, ball 2. Kewen's like that number 7 for Seth Smith. Played baseball at Ole Miss. Went on to play in the majors, Colorado Rockies organization. That's some relation, some family relation to the Kewens. So I like to wear that number in his honor. That pitch is up and out. Ball 3. I believe it was the 2007 World Series. Jonathan Papelbon at Boston struck out Seth Smith at Colorado to win the World Series for Boston. And Papelbon played for Mississippi State, and Seth Smith played for Ole Miss. So it's a little Mississippi connection there in the World Series. Kewen the 3-0 taken all the way. Took a strike. Kosciusko 4, Louisville 2. On top of the 4th inning. That's upstairs. It will be ball 4, a 2-out walk. That is just the 2nd walk issued by Emmons. Goss will be at the plate, 1 for 1. single, drove in a run in the second, and he walked and scored in the first. Hey, he also scored in the second. But Kewen over at first. Whippets have been very aggressive on the base paths. Wouldn't be shocked to see Kewen take off, if not here, very soon. And there he goes. And McCullough's throw not going to be in time. It's almost like a pitch out. Like they knew exactly. They were thinking the same thing I was. As Kewen got a good jump, the ball was thrown to the left of the bag out there at second base. But Kewen's speed just a little too much. So now a runner in scoring position for Bradley Goss. That's a cold strike. Thought that one might have been a little bit upstairs, but it's 1-1. Look at the runner at second. Pitch stays off the plate. Ball 2. Can feel the temperature dropping here at the ballpark. Still not too bad for early April. The ball rolls away from the catcher. Tips off the glove of McCullough. It'll be 3-1 the count as Kewen's able to take third base. The Talon County Co-op weather update. Let's see what it was 68 degrees when we started. It's right around 63 degrees right now. So temperature dropping. The 3-1 pitch is called a strike. It's kind of an odd motion there. I'm not quite sure what we were calling. Yeah. As it is, here's the payoff pitch, 3-2. Swinging strike 3. Oh, Ammon strikes out the side with a walk in the middle. The Whippets go down. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. Kosciusko 4, Louisville 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
You bought lumber and you're ready to start digging post holes for that new fence, but not so fast. Do you know where your underground utilities are located? Central Electric Power Association urges you to call 811 for a free marking of underground electric lines and other utilities. Making the call before you dig can prevent a serious or fatal injury, plus it's the law in Mississippi. And please work safely around power lines. Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Watkins Ward & Stafford is a full-service accounting firm that offers professional and personalized services and finance guidance for both business and personal matters. CPA Anita Goodrum and her team have years of valuable experience assisting both individuals and business representatives with their accounting and budgets. Whether it be QuickBooks, online hosting solutions, payroll services, or direct deposits, they'll provide you with friendly service that's sure to satisfy. Watkins Ward & Stafford, leading our clients through the next generation of change.
Boswell Media Sports.
Well, it's J.D. Cummins back out on the mound for the Whippets to pitch, or at least start the bottom of the 4th inning. We will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Louisville lineup. Kirby McCullough, Jaden Hughes, and Josiah Nunn. Kosciusko with a 4-2 lead. 4th innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. See any other, no defensive changes, but yeah, still got Rowdy Roan taking some tosses down there in that, I say makeshift bullpen. It's just down in the right field corner. Kirby McCullough was a strikeout victim his first time through the order. Looks at ball 1. Up and out from the lefty, J.D. Cummins. Pitch up, ball 2. 2-0. to the Louisville catcher. Stays outside, ball 3. McCullough came into the game, 324. He can get some innings on the mound if they need him to. 3-0 pitch. High, ball 4. A leadoff walk. That's walk number 4 for J.D. Cummins, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for J.D. Cummins as Coach Cole McBride is making his way out to the mound. I think we are indeed going to have a pitching change. And running in from right field, who is it? Well, we'll tell you after we get back from our pitching change timeout. Whippets making the call to the bullpen. We'll take a break with more Whippets baseball after this on Boswell Media Sports.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Boswell Media Sports.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Out of the pitching change timeout, it is Rowdy Roan coming in relief for J.D. Cummins. Kosciusko with a 4-2 lead. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Roan will inherit a runner at first base. And so you can't quite close the book just yet on J.D. Cummins, but we can tell you what he did. Cummins went 3 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He walked 4, and he struck out 5. So that's what it looks like. We do have a courtesy runner over at first base for the catcher. Didn't quite get a number on that one, but Rowdy Roan, the right-hander, leans in to look to Jaden Hughes. First pitch is called strike 1 as Hughes squared around like he wanted to bunt. Take a look at the numbers on Roan on the mound, what the sophomore's done so far this season as he leans in to get the signal from his catcher. And Hughes once again tries to lay down a bunt, stabs at it, comes up empty, over. No balls, 2 strikes. Roan, 5 innings pitched on the season. Not factored into any decisions. He's given up 7 runs, just 6 earned runs, 9 hits. That's a called strike 3. Roan comes in and gets his first Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game, 1 down.
Now batting number 3.
Well, that would be strikeout number 7 for Roan. He came in with 6. Josiah Nunn, the left-handed hitting left fielder, will step in. He was a strikeout victim his first at bat. He tries to bunt as well. He just can't try to poke it up the third base line. Wildcat batter's having a hard time figuring out Rowdy Roan, and he does have that we talked about it last game. It's not really sidearm, maybe three-quarter arm slot position. So it can be difficult for you to pick it up. It doesn't come overhand, but not quite sidearm. But yeah, as I said, there's a quick throw over. Runners back under the tag from Aiden Howard. Yeah, it's just a different look. J.D. Cummins is big and tall. He's left-handed, and he's, maybe, 6'2", 6'3". Roan's a little bit shorter. As there's one chop to Roan. He'll go to first for the only play as they throw back behind the runner, and they get him. As the runner was sneaking off the bag at second base. So you get the traditional 1-3-6 double play. And the Whippets are out of the inning for Louisville. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 4 in the books. Kosciusko leads it 4-2 over Louisville.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko with the 4-2 lead over the Louisville Wildcats here as we get ready for the 5th inning. Whippets will send the heart of the order 3, 4, and 5 up to the plate. That would be Aiden Howard, Carson Filial, and Jackson Schuler. 5th innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. Boy, I know they're busy this time of year. I wouldn't saw them this week. They take care of my taxes for me. Tell me how much I owe Uncle Sam. If you need somebody to handle that kind of stuff, be sure to trust the folks at Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. Aiden Howard for the Whippets. 0 for 2. He popped out to second base, and he reaches on an error with the big left-hander. So digs in and takes a strike on a curveball from Josh Ammons. Ammons into the delivery. That one stayed up a little bit. McCullough did his best to frame it, or I guess they call it presenting now. That's the terminology that they've kind of gone from framing to presenting, but stayed out of the zone. 1-1. Inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 pitch is hit a mile high in the air. Trey Tippett going out, and it's eventually called off by Josiah Nunn out in left field, and he makes the catch, falling to the ground. Some dramatics right there. I think most coaches would tell you that the outfielder would have that call since he's running in. But Josiah Nunn and Trey Tippett avoided tragedy. And 1 out in the inning. Carson Filial at the plate. But Filial has 2 plate appearances, but no at-bats. So you sent that one foul over the first base side. Farm Bureau foul ball. He was hit by a pitch in the third, and he had a sac fly in the first. Sac fly brought home a run. Oh, 1 pitch is hit down the line. It's fair. And Phil Y'all's digging for second. And there he goes. He'll be in there standing up. That throw was a little bit closer on the mark. It would have been a close play at second, but Phil Y'all was thinking 2 bags the whole way. It was a 1-out double for Phil Y'all. Jackson Schuler be at the plate. He was 0 for 2. He hit into that double play his last at bat. The 1-3 double play. The ball was popped up on the infield. Ammons comes off the mound and catches it. And off balance throws it over to Mitchell Turner at first base, who tags Carson Filio, who had got off the bag. Ball's in the dirt. Filio goes to third base. And he is there safely. And he was still in the whole way there. McCullough's throw went down into left field, but not far enough for Phil Y'all to jump up and run home. But now you got everybody playing in. Everybody's in. No, 1 out in the inning, and infield on the grass. Schuler takes ball 2 on a breaking pitch. But yeah, not even the corners. We got everybody playing in. They're going home with it right here. High ball 3. 3-0 the count. Whippets 4, Louisville 2. Top of the 5th inning. 3-0 pitch. That's a called strike 1, and Schuler's taking it all the way. Three 1 count. Little hitter's count right here. And it is smashed into left field. That is going, and it's at the base of the wall. Schuler rounding first, headed into second. Relay's not going to be in time. Actually, it goes way over to beyond the dugout at first base. Oh, they're going to say he gets to go on home. The ball went into the dugout. No, now they're going to say he's got to stay at third. So, yeah, now we are going to have a meeting between Coach McBride I believe he does get the 2 extra bases. Yeah, so that's going to be a double. And then he scores on the throwing error.
Now batting number 13, Brendan Truss.
Yeah, so the ball went into either went into the dugout or out of the ballpark over beyond the Whippets dugout. But it gives the Whippets a 6-2 lead. Still only 1 out in the inning, and Brendan Truss takes ball 1. Truss is 1 for 1, a single and a hit by pitch. The 1-0 pitch is maybe a little off the plate for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch is high. 3 balls, no strikes. Let's see if they give him the green light right here on the 3-0. They did not. And he takes a fastball inside corner. We've seen the Whippets do that recently. They're not afraid on the 3-0 count to swing away. And Truss swung at a high fastball there. Couldn't catch up to it. So Ammons is behind 3-0, and he's come back and got the count full to the Whippet shortstop. Sophomore, Brendan Truss. Swinging strike 3. That was another one where he just didn't ever look like he was comfortable at the plate there on that swing. That'll be strikeout number 6 for Josh Ammons. And Christian Thrash steps up to the plate. And we have a visit to the mound. That's not the head coach. That's not Coach Luke. So wouldn't think that Ammons is going to be coming out of the ball game. But he's got to be getting up there when it comes to pitch count. See if we can find that number for you. No, he is going to stay in. 87 pitches for Josh Ammons. So we'll see if he makes it through this inning. See anybody warming up anywhere for the Wildcats. The Thrash, the lefty, swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Farm Bureau foul ball. He's got a sac bunt on the afternoon, and he popped out to center field to end the 3rd inning. That one stayed outside for ball 1, evening up the count. Breaking ball caught the corner for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And one came in and jammed him. But Thrash fouled it off up the third base line. Kosciusko 6, Louisville 2. Top of the 5th inning. Another 1-2 pitch. Another swing and fouled off. Came in on the handle. Up to 93 pitches now is Ammons. Outside, ball 2. Ammons will step off the rubber. No pitch clock in high school baseball. You know, they have that in college and professional leagues now. But they don't have that in high school. That ball's ripped into center field. Be a 2-out single for the Whippets designated hitter, Christian Thrash. And J.T. Heron will be at the plate. Heron 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts. The umpire was writing something in his pad, but he's not. So I was thinking we might have had a pinch runner or a pinch hitter, like he was making a notation or something, but did not see that happen. Everybody's how they're supposed to be. Christian Thrash headed for second base. Ball will roll past Kirby McCullough. And the Whippets have a runner out at second base in scoring position. JT Heron looking for his first hit of the ball game. Thrash is headed for third base, and the ball rolls out into left field. Josiah Nunn up with it. Here comes the throw home. Not going to be in time as Thrash comes all the way around to score and extends the Whippets lead 7-2. I should note that Heron did swing at that one, make an attempt on the hit and run. 1-1 pitch. Hit to third base and rolls through. Split the defenders over between Hughes and Tippett, and J.T. Heron does indeed have his first hit of the ball game. And that will bring up Braden Rigby. But we might have... No, thought we were going to have a pitching change. Umpire was walking over there, but he's just getting some more baseballs. Braden Rigby today is 1 for 2. Struck out in the fourth, singled in the second. Whippets with a couple of 2-out singles. If everything holds as it has, J.T. Heron won't be at first base for long. And there's a throw over. Didn't have too big of a lead. Didn't really have like a I'm going to steal second base kind of lead. J.T. Heron, he's playing right field, so he must be fast if he plays the outfield. Another throw over. J.T. Heron, Mitchell Turner. They probably wouldn't have faced off in football. They're both defensive players. Heron, a linebacker slash rover safety for the Whippets, as Heron is taken off for second base. And Braden Rigby swings but comes up empty. No throw from McCullough. So a hit and run there, 0-1. Yeah, Turner plays defensive line, and J.T. Heron, as I said, linebacker. So those two probably didn't square up too often unless they put Big Turner in on a goal line situation. There's a throw back. Heron back to the bag. That was a good throw by Emmons. He threw it right to the spot he needed to. Trey Tippett was there covering. But Heron just able to get back to the bag. Low and outside, ball 1. Kosciusko 7, Louisville 2. Whippets have put 3 runs across in the inning. Back-to-back doubles, one from Filial, one from Schuler. Rigby swings over the top of one. Strike 2. Was pitch number 101 for Josh Emmons. One, two, low outside. Makes it ball 2 to Braden Rigby. Back to the top of the order if Rigby can keep this inning alive. Brooks Kewen. Big curveball. Stay just off the plate. 3-2. Interesting to see that J.T. Heron is still at second base. The way Whippets have been swiping bases. I mean, it's been like as soon as you get to a bag, first the pitch is thrown and then go. There he goes. 3-2. It's popped up. McCullough going to give chase behind home plate. Can't make the catch. That one was going way back towards the screen, and you know, everyone will tell you that is a hard catch to make. He's running backwards, and that ball's spinning back towards the field. And as we've discussed, there's a lot of room. In a normal ballpark, that's probably not even, you don't even attempt that because it's out of play. But here, with all the room between the press box and the back stump and the home plate. Another 3-2 pitch. That's called ball 4. As Braden Rigby will take first base, J.T. Heron swipes third on the throw from McCullough. slides under the tag. But Rigby will be at first base with a walk. I have that as just the third walk issued by Emmons on top of the order. Brooks Kewen. Kewen is one of those 3 walks. Kewen has reached base on a walk as Rigby will take second base. No throw. McCullough comes up bluffing like he wants to throw, but he does not. Pitch was called a strike. Yep, Kewen reached on a walk in the 4th, and he singled and scored there in the 2nd inning. The lefty looks at one inside for ball 1. Top of the 5th inning from Louisville. Kosciusko with a 7-2 lead over the Wildcats. Low outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Seven runs, 7 hits, no errors for Kosciusko as Kewen takes a changeup on the outside corner for a strike. 2 runs on 2 hits and 5 errors for Louisville. That's a breaking ball. That's a called strike 3. So Kewen goes down looking, and the side is retired. But the Whippets get 3 runs on 2 hits. It was 1 error and 2 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kosciusko 7, Louisville 3.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Watkins, Ward & Stafford is a full-service accounting firm that offers professional and personalized services and finance guidance for both business and personal matters. CPA Anita Goodrum and her team have years of valuable experience assisting both individuals and business representatives with their accounting and budgets. Whether it be QuickBooks, online hosting solutions, payroll services, or direct deposits, they'll provide you with friendly service that's sure to satisfy. Watkins, Ward & Stafford, leading our clients through the next generation of change.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko leads it 7-2, not 7-3. I gave Louisville an extra run before we went to a break there, but the Louisville Wildcats only have 2 runs to the Kosciusko Whippets 7. We will start the bottom of the 5th inning with the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3 for the Wildcats. Trey Tippett, Caleb White, and Josh Emmons will be at the plate. Tippett today 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Rowdy Roan is on the mound for the Whippets. Closed the book completely on J.D. Cummins. He finished with 3 innings pitched. He gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, struck out 5, and walked 4. Roan's first pitch is low outside for ball 1. Rowdy Roan, a football player, one of those that contributed to that Whippets North State Championship 17-7 win over Louisville. As that one stays a little outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Tippett pulls one, but he pulls it foul down the third base line. Well, you talk more about the Whippets in that North State Championship game. I was told, well, I didn't do my own homework on this, that was the first time Coach Shorter had lost a home playoff game as the head coach of Louisville. How big that game was. 2-1 pitch, up and in, ball 3. So a big ball game for the Whippets there, going to the state championship for the first time since 1996. The 3-1 pitch is low in the dirt. Ball 4. And that will be the first walk issued by Rowdy Roan. And that will be the 5th by Whippet pitchers on the evening. Caleb White, when he at the plate. Oh, he's going to need some ibuprofen. He's been hit by a pitch twice. I need to get him some ice after this ball game. Tip it over at first base. Roan switches to the stretch, so he leans in, lets that right arm hang down. And as Tippett's headed for second base, here's the throw, and it's not in time. Good jump by Trey Tippett. Good throw from Schuler. Good stop by Truss. Just a good play by Tippett. Pitch out of the zone, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Caleb White, the center fielder. Pops that one up. It's going to be foul. Get out of play over our heads. Farm Bureau foul ball. Yeah, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Caleb White, sort of a hybrid running back / quarterback as needed for the Wildcat football team. 1-1 pitches off the plate. Ball 2. So we've talked about all the Louisville football players that play baseball. One name you might hear missing, Zayden Jernigan, the good running back. Just plays football. Ball's chopped to third base. Filial gets it, throws to first for 1. Throw back to third, and Tippett is safe at third, but it was close. Textbook play there by Filial, looking the runner back at second, but Tippett's just too fast. But bang, bang play over at third. So it goes down as the 5-3 putout. And the runner moves up to third base. Josh Ammons, the pitcher, will be at the plate. He had the big 2-out double that brought home Louisville's only 2 runs. That was back in the 3rd inning. Breaking ball falls in for a strike from the right-hander, Rowdy Roan. I'll be curious to see if Emmons goes back out on the mound. He's north of 100 pitches. Curious to see what they do. As he chops at one there, kind of caught him off balance, did Roan. That one was way up and out of the zone. 0-2. The count to the Louisville pitcher. Roan facing his counterpart. Pulled to third base. That one's going to get through. Past a diving Truss out at shortstop. Filial trying to get a hand on it too. Emmons, so far, has driven in every run for the Wildcats. So he's got 3 runs driven in. Louisville cuts into the lead, 7-3 now. As big Mitchell Turner, the big left-hander, stepping up to the plate. He walked his last at-bat, struck out his first at-bat. We might have a pitching change. Coach McBride is walking out to the mound here. Looking like it might be a Carson Filial coming in. He seems to be taking all the accessories out of the pockets, and we will indeed have a pitching change. So let's step aside for a break. Pitching change, timeout. We'll come back. We'll reset everything. Kosciusko leads at 7-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Boswell.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel, or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Boswell Media Sports.
And it will be Carson Filial in to trying to get the Whippets out of the inning. He'll pitch to Mitchell Turner. He'll inherit a runner at first base. Whippets with a 7-3 lead over Louisville near the bottom of the fifth inning. Fifth innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. Can't close the book yet on Rowdy Roan, but as it stands, he just went 2/3 of an inning. No, excuse me. He went 1 1/3 of an inning. And he walked one, struck out one, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. But Carson Filial will step in to face Mitchell Turner, leading hitter for this Louisville Wildcat team. Left-hander. First pitch is low outside. Ball 1. Carson Filial on the season, 22 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 28, walked 18. He's got a 4.01 ERA, and batters are batting .207 against him. He blew one right past Mitchell Turner there. Swinging to strike one. We told you that Turner leads Louisville in just about every offensive category. Hits, RBI, doubles, triples, home runs. 653. Came in batting .653. Throw over. Emmons is back in time. Should note the defensive change. Filial came from third, so Keegan Albritton, one of the seniors, goes in to play third base. Everything else seems to be the same. You got Howard at first, Rigby at second, and Truss at short. Ball will be chopped to Rigby. Only play will be at first. He bobbles it a little bit and eventually comes down with it and gets it over to Aiden Howard with a 4-3 putout in the second out of the inning. Emmons is able to advance up to second base. Tyler Glenn, the second baseman, will come to the plate. 1-for-1 with a hit and hit by pitch in the ball game. .286 batting average. 6 runs driven in on the season for the senior. He's got one of the 3 Wildcat hits. Filial's first pitch is right in the middle for a strike. Emmons has the other 2 of the Wildcats hits, and he's out at second base. Y'all taking his time, getting a signal from the catcher. Low, and a good scoop and stop by Schuler. Keep the ball in front of him. Keeps Ammons out at second base. We gave you the infield defense. Outfield still looks the same as well. Kewen in left, Goss in center, and J.T. Heron is out in right field. Remind you that our streams tonight brought to you by Express Lube. Online audio and video streams. Fastball right on the middle, strike two. Listen on your Breezy 103 app. If you're driving, obviously you don't need to be watching YouTube, so listen in on the app. And if you get somewhere where you can stop and pay attention, bring us up on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. You're watching your tablet or your phone, or a lot of people have us up on the smart TV. Great night to be on the porch or patio with a smart TV. Swinging, strike three, and the Whippets are out of the inning. But in the inning, the Wildcats are able to get one run on one hit. There were no errors and one left on base. 5 in the books. Kosciusko leads it 7-3 over Louisville.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Shopping for car insurance is so confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help you choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
And as we start the top of the sixth inning, we do have a pitching change for the Louisville Wildcats. Coming on in relief of Josh Ammons will be the center fielder. Just walking in from center field, it will be Caleb White to come in and get you some numbers on him when we can and make sure our defense looks the same. I do know Josiah Nunn has gone out to center field, and it looks like Ammons goes to catch. So if Ammons went to catch and Nunn went to center field, and you're going to find out who our new left fielder is. Well, if we can get that number for you. Everybody else seems to be the same over at first base or third base. You got Jaden Hughes, Tippett still at short, Glenn still at second, Turner still at first, and it's Parker still in right field. So, yeah, as of now, we need to get that left fielder's name for you. But tall task for Caleb White, the new pitcher, to face the heart of the order. 2, 3, and 4. Bradley Goss, Aiden Howard, and Carson Filial lead things off. Lefty-lefty matchup here as Goss steps in, and Caleb White, first pitch, low, outside, ball one. So we'll see if we can find some numbers on Caleb White. Goss shows bunt, pulls it back, but takes a strike. Low, ball two. Sixth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Central Tire Service. Caleb White, 8 innings pitched on the season. That one stays outside. It says 8.5 innings pitched. Not quite sure how that happens. I don't know. That's what it says. A pitch called a strike. So we'll just go with 8 innings pitched. And giving up 6 hits. Walked 26, struck out 19. That is a ball 4, low and outside. So Goss draws a leadoff walk. That's his 3rd time on base. Aiden Howard will step up to the plate. I have that as the 4th walk issued by Louisville pitchers on the evening. Aiden Howard, the lefty. Whippets have been super aggressive, so wouldn't surprise me to see Goss take off on the first pitch here. Still working on getting you that left fielder out there. Low, ball 1 is the first pitch to the Whippets first baseman, Aiden Howard. Goss did not take off the second base. This time he gets a little bit bigger of a lead. Howard takes a strike. You figure the way Caleb White's been struggling there. He was going to be keeping the bat on the shoulder. It evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Another pitch that catches just a little bit outside corner of the plate for strike 2. One, 2. High and outside. 2-2. Howard 0 for 3. Not something you say about the Whippets senior first baseman all that much. A couple of pop-ups, and then he reached on an error. 3-2. He pulls that one inside down the first base line. We'll do it all over again. Nice facility here that they have us in at Louisville. It's almost like a break room. That's why I say I got my arm resting on a mini fridge, right, like a dorm room fridge right here to my left. Not going to open it. Last time I opened it, didn't like what I saw. They catch Goss running down. They throw the ball out in right field. Out in the left field. Goss up. He's going to head down to third base. They had the play they wanted, but Mitchell Turner just overthrew Trey Tippett. Caught Goss leaning off the bag. So Goss gets all the way over to third. Two-two pitch, low, ball 3. Makes it a full count. Second straight batter to get to a full count. Once again, the Wildcats all playing in on the grass. Thinking maybe they go home here. Pulled up the first base line. That is going to be a fair ball. Hits under the glove of Turner. And Goss scores. Howard in at second. So they're saying it's a fair ball. Now there's some discrepancy between the umpire and the Louisville coaching staff. It's a fair ball. Yeah, there's some discrepancy about whether or not the umpire called it foul or fair. You know, that goes right up the line. It was a good hit by Howard. And Turner just had to go to his left and try to get it backhanded. They are going to rule that a double, which is what I would have ruled it. I wouldn't thought that was wouldn't call it a routine play. So we have a meeting at the mound as that hit drove in a run, so that makes it 8-3. Does it look like there's going to be a pitching change? No. No. Coach Luke is going to just come and talk to the home plate umpire. Maybe continue to plead his case. But it looks like it's going to fall on deaf ears. I think the discrepancy was that the umpire was trying to get out of the way of the ball, and it looked like he might have signaled foul ball. However, when I first looked up at it, I saw fair ball. I saw him signal fair ball. So, just one of those, depending on how you interpreted body language there. But for me, I thought it was fair all the way. Carson Phil able to check the swing. Ball one, a little up in the zone. Phil got a double and a run driven in. Aiden Howard's going to be able to advance over to third base with the pass ball. And even if it didn't pass ball, Howard got a great jump on that. He would have been at third probably with no throw. 8-3, Kosciusko leads it over Louisville, top of the sixth inning. Caleb White delivers just off the plate. 3-0, the count to the Whippets pitcher, Carson Phil. Rio pitch. Outside, ball 4. Runners on the corners now for the Whippets. And Jackson Schuler at the plate. Schuler smashed one to left field his last time at bat. Hit the base of the wall. Probably missed a home run by 5 feet. Going to get a courtesy runner out at first base for the pitcher. Phil, I believe that is going to be Russ Tillman. I can't quite see. Mitchell Turner's so big, he's eclipsing the runner. He's standing in front of whoever it is. Yeah, that's Russ Tillman. Yeah, so sophomore Tillman going to be out there at first as Jackson Schuler comes in and takes a strike. The runners at first and third. Whippets with a 5-run lead. There's a throw over. No tag from Mitchell Turner. Still can't quite make out the number of the new left fielder. And Tillman gets off the bag very quickly, but runs back. And it looked like Ammons jumped up to do that fake the throw down to second, but fired back to the pitcher very quickly. But everybody stays put, and it's 1-1. Tillman's headed for second base. They're going to try to throw down. It goes into center field. Tillman's going to jump up and head for third, and he'll be there sliding in as Howard is able to come home. Well, that makes it 9-3. Kosciusko with the lead over the Wildcats. Still nobody out in the inning. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Mitchell Turner will camp out under it at first base and make the catch for the out. So one down in the inning, and it'll be Brendan Truss at the plate. And Truss has reached on a single, hit by a pitch, and he struck out back in the 5th inning. Sophomore shortstop for the Whippets. Right-hander steps in to face the lefty, Caleb White. His first inning of work for the Wildcats. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1, pitch was low. Turner was charging in from first base. Swinging strike 1. Another one of those where Truss just never really looked comfortable, didn't get the arms extended. Swung over the top of it. Tillman standing at third. Pitch outside, ball 2. Ammons goes from pitcher to catcher. Two, 1, swinging strike 2. Once again, just Truss not looking like he's comfortable up there. He's last second maybe wanting to pull the bat back, not getting that full extension on the swing. Or if it's something on the pitches, not picking them up, or just not looking comfortable swinging. Low, ball 3. Makes it a full count. Christian Thrash on deck for the Whippets, designated hitter. That's called strike 3. That'll be the first strikeout for Caleb White. That is the 7th for Louisville pitchers this evening. Christian Thrash at the plate, the designated hitter. Singled and scored in the 5th, popped up in the 3rd, and had to lay down a sac bunt in the 2nd. Takes a fastball eye level for ball 1. We'll hang around for our Angel Albin McDonald State Farm post-game show. We'll name a player of the game. Ball's hit off the glove of Caleb White over to Trey Tippett, and he's not going to be able to finish the play. It'll be interesting to see how they score that, because it hit off of Caleb White's glove, and Tippett did a good job to get to it. Run will come home to score. I think I would rule it a single, because like I said, it hit off of Caleb White's glove up the middle, and that kind of threw off the routine nature of the play by Tippett. We'll wait and see what they call it, but as it is, it extends the Whippets' lead. Now it's 10-3. Oh, they're going to call that an error. So E6 as J.T. Heron tries to lay down a bunt and fouls it off. Farm Bureau foul ball. Heron 1 for 3. A single and 2 strikeouts. That's tough, giving him an error to Trey Tippett. As I said, it probably would have been a routine play if it doesn't hit Caleb White's glove. Tippett's probably able to make the play and throw to first, and it's fine. But as it is, it tipped off the glove of Caleb White. Kind of throws everything off. Throw over to first. Not in time. That pitch is called a strike, so strike 2. I was going to say someone's throwing in the bullpen, but I believe that's just Carson Filial down there staying loose. Yeah, that's Filial. He's the pitcher in the ball game, but innings going on so long, he's taking some pitches down there. 0-2 pitch, swinging strike 3. And that is it for the Whippets in the inning. But they are able to get 3 runs on just 2 hits, 1 error, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Kosciusko 10, Louisville 3.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko and Louisville going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 7-run lead for the Whippets. Due up 4. The home team would be 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. So we'll just have to wait and see who that is, because some of these have, kind of been taken out and substituted. Looks like Strickland is going to start off. The designated hitter will start off. But after that, we'll have to see who bats in that spot for Kirby McCullough, because he was not in the game. So Bryce Strickland grounded into a double play and popped out to right field. 10 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Whippets. 3 runs, 3 hits, 8 errors for the Wildcats. Carson Filial will get his first full inning of work. He came in and got 2 outs in the 5th inning. First pitch is a fastball upstairs to Strickland. Well, it looks like McCullough is going to be on deck, even though he was not in his catcher position. Fastball caught the outside corner. Strike 1. 6 innings for Whippets baseball. Brought to you by Central Tire Service. Curveball slices in there nicely for strike 2. Swinging strike 3 and drop third strike, but Schuler's up with it and tags the batter for the first out. That is 2 Dickerson Petroleum strikeouts for Carson Filial.
Now batting number 7,
That will be 10 for Whippets on the evening. As Kirby McCullough steps up to the plate, he walked his last at bat and struck out in the 2nd. He was the catcher. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. So, but with the way you can do your lineup, so he was catcher. Josh Ammons is catcher now. So maybe he's moved to a, designated hitter, or you can leave and come back in one time. So maybe they're bringing him back in. He tries to bunt that one and fouls it off. So no balls, 2 strikes to Kirby McCullough. J.D. Cummins got the start for Kosciusko. Went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, struck out 5, walked 4. Swinging strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. It's actually 3 in a row going back to the 5th inning for Carson Filio. Rowdy Roan went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 1. Carson Filio's been in cruise control since then. He's given up nothing and struck out 3. He got a ground out and then all strikeouts. Jaden Hughes, the third baseman, takes ball 1 from Filio. Hughes today 0 for 1, struck out in the 4th and walked in the 3rd. The pitch called a strike, fastball, outside corner. One pitch, high, ball 2. Ball's hit foul down the first base line. Farm Bureau foul ball. 2-2 count. Two pitch. It's rolled to shortstop. Truss plays it on a hop and throws it to Howard at first, and Howard can't dig it out of there, and that's going to be an error. Like Truss maybe rushed himself a little bit, but Josiah Nunn will be at the plate. The left fielder is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded into a double play. He was playing left field. He has moved to center field. Now they pick off move over at first base, and Hughes is out. So, no harm, no foul for the Whippets after the error. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the final inning of play. Kosciusko leads it 10-3 over the Louisville Wildcats.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the final inning of play here from Louisville. Kosciusko with a 10-3 lead over the Wildcats. The 7th innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Bank of Commerce. Bank of Commerce had a grand opening celebration today down in the branch in Goodman. They were having a ribbon cutting, and as I said, just a celebration. The give away door prizes and things like that. They had one in Kosciusko a few weeks ago. Well, appreciate the Bank of Commerce being a partner. Appreciate all of our partners here on the Make Whippet Baseball broadcast possible. Getting close to the playoffs. That's what's on the line here tonight. Whippets can get 3 more outs, and they'll at least clinch a share of the district title. So that would go a long way into getting a 1 seed and some home field advantage in the postseason. And it's so important, if you get, depending on which seed you get, as to who you end up with in the first round and then in the second round. It can really influence, how hard or easy your road through the playoffs could be. First pitch to Braden Rigby, who leads things off for the Whippets, is a swinging strike one. Rigby walked his last at bat, struck out in the fourth, and singled in the second inning. Ball low. Ball one. We still have our phantom left fielder out there. And the iPad even has not updated it. 1-1 pitch, swinging strike two. Rigby's the number 9 hitter in the lineup, so I'll go back to the top of the order. That one's low inside, ball two. We do got some action in the Whippets bullpen now, and that is not Carson Filial just trying to stay warm. Low, ball three. Makes it a full count. 3-2 pitch. Low and inside for strike three. Thought that one was well low and inside, but it's a called strike three. So one out in the inning. Back to the top of the order with Brooks Kewen. Well, my eyes aren't what they used to be, but that looks like a 24 taking warm-up tosses down there. As Kewen shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball. 24 would be Rhett Reagan. Well, he does. He can. He pitched a little in the JV game before this, but he's normally a catcher. I pitched low, ball two. The one time I usually keep binoculars in one of these bags, and the one bag I didn't bring with us is the bag that the binoculars are in. That's usually how it goes. That's high, ball three. Should be ball three. Scoreboard says 2. But I think it should be ball three. 3-0 pitch. That's outside, and that was ball 4. So, yeah, we had it right again. So, Brooks Kewen gets a one-out walk, and it's Bradley Goss at the – no, excuse me. Looks like Weatherby going to come in and pinch hit. Kenyon Weatherby, senior. So, we might have – no, I don't think it's going to be a pitching change. That's not Coach Luke. But Kenyon Weatherby going to step in and take some cuts for Bradley Goss. Let's see how many at-bats he has. He's got 9 at-bats, 14 plate appearances, batting .333. Went to high school with Kenyon's dad. He was a good athlete, Dandrick. But he'll step in and try to an opportunity here. Looks at a high one outside. Weatherby swings at that one, comes up empty. I'm not going to blame it on my eyes being old, but maroon numbers on a black jersey, hard to see anyway, let alone when they're all the way down in right field trying to figure out who's taking warm-up tosses. And speaking of numbers, Weatherby wears that one in the number. Takes one off the back. And so the Whippets will have runners at first and second on the hit by pitch. And it's Aiden Howard at the plate. Howard had a double, drove in a run, and scored back in the 6th inning. Other than that, he's 0 for. The runners at first and second, and the left-hander Howard. He shows bunt. Tries to lay it down and cannot. 0-1 count to the senior. Howard going to play his college baseball down in Goodman. We just told you about the Bank of Commerce opening a branch there. Low outside, ball 1. So if you're going to Holmes, maybe open a Bank of Commerce account. You got it right there in town. Everyone's going to get away from Ammons and roll to the backstop, and everybody will move up. Kewen goes to third, and Weatherby goes to second. A 2-1 count. Probably takes the bunt off the table. And that one's turned on, but it's going to be foul. Aiden Howard hit that one a long way, evening up the count at 2-2. And as it is just a long Farm Bureau foul ball. Oh, Caleb White's going to step off the rubber. Everybody's ready to go. Whippets lead at 10-3. Top of the 7th inning. Low, ball 3, as Howard able to check the swing, lay off of it. One down in the inning. Three-two pitch, hit up the first base line, but rolls foul. So, another Farm Bureau foul ball. Howard got a wide stance there at the plate. Up and out, ball 4. So 3 straight to reach base after the leadoff strikeout. And the bases will be loaded with 1 out for the Whippets. He was the pitcher when we left the inning. I'm curious to see if that's what he is when we get back out. But it looks like we might have a pitching change. I believe we will indeed have a pitching change. We got a call to the bullpen from Coach Luke, so we will step aside for an extended timeout. Whippets lead at 10-3, 1 out in the 7th inning.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, We put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Boswell Media Sports.
Pitching change, timeout. It looks like Coach Luke goes to the bullpen to bring in a sophomore. Caden Moore will take the mound. He'll inherit the bases loaded. And Kosciusko with a 10-3 lead, 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. See if we can give you any numbers on Caden Moore. Caden Moore has 11 appearances on the season. He has given up 21 runs. He's walked 16, struck out 8. He has faced 84 batters. And I believe our defensive lineup is back to how it was. Caleb White went back to center field. Josiah Nunn went to left field. And it'll always be a mystery who our left fielder was for those couple of innings. But first pitch to Carson Filial from Caden Moore is low for ball 1. Obviously can't close the book on Caleb White. Bases loaded. Everybody's there. It's his responsibility. Ball gets past the catcher, and 1 run will come home to score. That's Brooks Kewen. Everybody else advances up. Makes it 11-3. But taking a look at what Caleb White did, as that run is charged to him. So Caleb White goes 1 1/3, gives up 1 hit, 4 runs, 2 earned runs. He walked 4 and he struck out 3. So still runners at second and third. Could still affect his stat line there. And Carson Filial wears 1 in the numbers. That's his second time to be hit by a pitch this evening. Yeah, so Filial, I guess maybe he still is the pitcher for now because he got a courtesy runner. I believe that is Russ Tillman. But Jackson Schuler will be at the plate. Schuler doubled and ended up scoring on an error. It goes down as a double. He ended up coming all the way around to score because the ball got thrown out of the stadium. Pitch rolls away or off the glove of the catcher, and another run comes home to score. That will be Kenyon Weatherby. That'll make it 12-3, and everybody advances up. So Howard goes to third, and Tillman, running for Filial, will go to second. So 1 ball, no strikes. The count to the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. That ball rolls behind the batter, Schuler, and Howard will come home to score. 13-3. And Tillman goes to third base. Caden Moore on the mound. A 2-0 count to Schuler. And the fastball, able to catch the middle of the zone for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. 7th innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Bank of Commerce. Another one that falls into the strike zone for strike 2. Makes it a 2-2 count to the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. Swinging strike 3. Strikeout for Caden Moore. 2 outs in the inning now. And Brendan Truss will be at the plate. Truss, a couple of strikeouts. He singled in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch, and scored in the 2nd. Another ball that's going to roll to the backstop as Russ Tillman will be able to take home. And that clears the bases, makes it 14-3. Oh, 1 ball, no strikes to Truss. Looks like Keegan Albritton is going to bat next if we get that far. He's just taking some warm-up swings in the on-deck circle. Upstairs, ball 2. Will be Albritton's first at-bat if he's able to, if Truss is able to keep the inning going. And it will indeed. Truss took that one off the hip. Good news is it was a changeup. That was not going to sting so much. But it will be Keegan Albritton to pinch hit for Christian Thrash. Take a look at the numbers for Keegan Albritton on the season. What he's done so far from the plate. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Albritton has 23 plate appearances, 16 at-bats, and just 12 games played. He's got a couple of hits, 4 runs driven in, 7 runs scored. It's called strike 1 there to even up the count at 1-1. A little bit low there. Ball 2. Albritton, one of those seniors that will be honored on Friday night for senior night. It'll be a big game there at the Talon County Fairgrounds, with the softball team also having a home game. Ball is popped up into foul territory. Mitchell Turner going to give it a run, and he will make the catch for the final outs of the inning. But in that inning, Kosciusko gets 4 runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Whippets with a 14-3 lead over the Louisville Wildcats.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome back to Kosciusko Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Whippets 3 outs away from clinching at least a share of the district championship. And I'm going to brag on these 38-year-old eyes because I was correct, and it is Rhett Reagan on the mound. I could see far down in the right field corner, maroon numbers on a black jersey, and it is Rhett Reagan going to come in and try to close things out for the Whippets. Defensively, I believe everything stays the same except Weatherby goes to center field for Bradley Gulls. That will indeed be the case. So on the mound, Rhett Reagan, Jackson Schuler behind home plate. First base is Aiden Howard. Second base is Braden Rigby. Shortstop is Brendan Truss. Keegan Albritton is at third base. Out in left field, it's Brooks Kewen. Center field, we said, is Kenyon Weatherby. And in right field will continue to be J.T. Herron. Starting off the inning for the Wildcats will be the bottom of the order, number 9, Josiah Nunn, the left fielder. 0 for 2 today, hit into a double play and grounded out. Struck out. First pitch from Rhett Reagan, called a strike. Just 3 innings of work for Rhett Reagan. Swinging strike 2, although like Nunn got a piece of it. But yeah, in varsity games, Rhett Reagan just 3 innings of work. He has faced 16 batters, not factored into a decision. Giving up 6 hits, 4 runs. It's a called strike 3. So Reagan comes in and gets the Dickerson Petroleum strikeout. That is his first, number 9 for Whippet pitching. And he came in with just 1 strikeout. Give him 2 now. He walked 1. And it hit 2 batters. So those are the numbers on Rhett Reagan, who's a sophomore. As Trey Tippett, the leadoff batter, takes a fastball low and outside for ball 1. That one's right down the middle. Strike 1. That ball is tattooed out to left field. Brooks Kewen going back, and it hits the base of the wall. And Tippett will be out there with a double. I thought for certain that one was going to get out of here, but Kewen kept it looking like he might have a play on it, but it hit the base of the wall. So Tippett with a big hit and a double. Wolfsville not quite out of going down yet. Still got 2 outs to work with. As Schuler and Reagan want to have a conversation here between the mound and home plate. And Caleb White, the center fielder. Caleb White, he's grounded into a fielder's choice. And he's the one that we said he's probably going to need an ice bath. He's been hit by a couple of pitches tonight. He's been hit by 3 pitches tonight. So I don't want to hit him as well. Well, like I said, I got some ibuprofen over here in my bag that I carry with me. But he's young, right? They can kind of shake it off. Not like those older folks. I got hit by 3 pitches. I'd be calling in out sick to work the next day. But they're young. They can do this. Well, Josh Ammons will come to the plate. He's had a good evening at the plate. He's driven in all 3 of Louisville's runs with a single and a double. And he also walked in the first. That time he takes his strike 1. 0-1 pitch from Reagan. fouled back. Farm Bureau foul ball. Yeah, Reagan got a few pitches in that JV game right before this. Whippets won the JV game 15-0, but when we got here, probably in the second or third inning, it's another foul ball. And by the end of the ball game, Rhett Reagan was in. Of course, in a 15-0 ball game, you realize you probably you can use a number of arms, right? You don't want to give anybody, don't want to overexert too many arms or overexert too many pitchers. But Trey Tippett's going to head for third base with a double steal, double hit and run, and it rolls through shortstop. And Weatherby up with it, throws to keep the runner at first base. So how about the double steal, hit and run? And Ammons continues to be a thorn in the side of the Whippets. Has driven in every one of the Wildcats' runs. Makes it 14-4, runners at the corners, and it's Mitchell Turner at the plate. Turner today, he's 0 for 2. He grounded out in the fifth. There's a throw over not in time. He walked in the third and struck out looking in the first inning. Reagan from the stretch now, throw over. Got a pretty good pickoff move, does Reagan. Quick throw over to first. Another throw over. Left-hander Turner still hasn't seen a pitch yet. Now he will. Low. Ball one. If you're just now tuning in, Mitchell Turner is the son of the new superintendent, Dr. Turner. He's going to be hired for the Kosciusko School District. In fact, Dr. Turner threw out the first pitch here. It was sort of a ceremonial thing, saying they made an announcement that, that he's going to be the superintendent at Kosciusko, and sort of a passing of the torch, if you will. Low ball two. And Dr. Turner was up here in the press box before the ball game, and a chance to speak to him. Yeah. And also, if you're wondering, if you didn't hear, Mitchell Turner is not going to come play his senior year football at Kosciusko. I tried. Up and out, ball three. Went down and talked to Coach Shorter before the game. Said what we had to do to get Mitchell Turner, but he said nothing could get Mitchell Turner to come to play his senior year at Kosciusko. He'll be a Wildcat. Swinging strike one. They gave him the green light on a 3-0 pitch. Kosciusko with a 10-run lead, bottom of the seventh inning. So we're just needing 2 outs to get this one in the bag and clinch a share of the district, at least a share of the district championship. That's low inside, ball 4. That'll load the bases for Tyler Glenn. Glenn, the second baseman, struck out in the fifth, hit by a pitch in the third, singled in the second. We just hit the 3-hour mark of our ball game. Our first Central Electric Power Association came at 6:52. We started a little bit ahead of that 7 o'clock start time. Breaking ball slides in for a strike to Tyler Glenn. 0-1 count is hit in the air to center field. Kenyon Weatherby will catch it. He's going to throw it home. It's up the line, and the run will come home to score. So it's a sac fly as Caleb White comes in. But now the Whippets will take that any day of the week, give up a run for an out there on the sac fly. 2 outs now, and it's up to the designated hitter, Bryce Strickland, who's 0 for 3. He struck out, hit a pop fly out to right field, and grounded into a double play. The runners will be at first and second. Fastball, strike one. Whippet infield playing back. We'll get you a play at any bag here as Red Reagan will step off the rubber. Oh, 1 pitch. Poked foul off to the right side. 0-2. Farm Bureau foul ball. Wildcats down to their final strike. Reagan with the throw and swinging strike 3. Got him to chase a high one, and that will do it. Kosciusko gets the win 14-5 and clinches at least a share of the district championship. We'll step aside for an extended break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. But the Whippets get the win tonight, 14-5 against the Wildcats.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Watkins, Ward & Stafford is a full-service accounting firm that offers professional and personalized services and finance guidance for both business and personal matters. CPA Anita Goodrum and her team have years of valuable experience assisting both individuals and business representatives with their accounting and budgets. Whether it be QuickBooks, online hosting solutions, payroll services, or direct deposits, they'll provide you with friendly service that's sure to satisfy. Watkins, Ward & Stafford, leading our clients through the next generation of change.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association. Serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We know life has been busy and routines have changed for many. However, we do not want you to neglect your oral health. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome into the Angel Albin McDonald State Farm post-game show. Kosciusko, big winners tonight, 14-5 over the Louisville Wildcats, and that means the Whippets are at least a share of the division champs. So still a chance where if Louisville wins on Friday, they would split the region championship, and then it goes to tiebreakers and all of that. But as it stands right now, Louisville would have to win. Let's see, Whippets won, 14-5. And so I think the most you can get is 8 runs. So the Wildcats would have to win by 8 to even make it go to another tiebreaker. So it's all complicated. But for the Whippets, 14 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For Louisville, 5 runs, 5 hits, 8 errors. Kosciusko got 1 in the first, 3 in the second. They got 5 in the third, 3 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, and 4 in the seventh. Louisville got 2 runs in the third. They got 1 in the fifth, and they got 2 in the seventh. For the Whippets on the mound, J.D. Cummins, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, gave up 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 5. Rowdy Roan got an inning and a third of work. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 1. Carson Filial, 1 2/3. He didn't give up anything. He struck out 3. Rhett Reagan comes in to close things out. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1 and struck out 2. On offensive side of the ball, Aiden Howard, Carson Filial, Jackson Schuler all had doubles on the evening. And Bradley Goss drove in a run, Aiden Howard drove in a run, Filial drove in a run, and Schuler drove in a run. It's time to name our Autumn Ridge Dental player of the game. Going to be Bradley Goss. Bradley Goss going, let's see, he went 1 for 2. But he also reached base on 2 walks, and he scored 2 runs. So, yeah, he was a thorn in the side of Louisville this evening. So Bradley Goss will be your Autumn Ridge Dental player of the game. So that's going to be a quick wrap-up here as we got to drive back home and pack up and everything. Big thank you to Donald back in the studio, keeping us on the air. Thank you to Brother Doug Hubbard with us here, taking care of the video stream and everything else. We'll be back with you on Friday as the Whippets look to clinch the district championship outright in a home game as they'll take on Louisville for senior night. So that does indeed wrap it up for everybody here, our entire crew. Beck Riley signing off saying